Hello everyone, and welcome to your message for the week of December 19th to the 25th. Whatever you're going through, I hope this reading will bring you some comfort and hope. From left to right, we have card 1, 2, 3. Pick the card that calls to you, and you can pause the video now, and there will be timestamp at the bottom. Okay, for the card 1, what's your message? Okay, for the work you've been putting out into the world, now's the time that you can sit back a little bit and enjoy all the things that you have set into motion. I feel like from the height you were on, you were carrying a lot, and you were already having a very broad perspective, and sometimes that feels like there's too much going on, and the world can't afford to lose your momentum. I feel like you have a very strong presence here, just presented by the light and fire, but it's actually the life force that you have put in is actually giving life to others, and now you can see yourself as part of all this. You're not just a single individual in there anymore. I feel like you kind of turn into the energy people have picked up on your message. They've learned from your essence or your energy, from your presence. So you are around with everyone, and if you quiet down a little bit, you will feel the energy and the presence of others too, their gratitude, the way they have been growing, the light that they are bringing into this bigger picture, their own unique spark everywhere. So it's a time for you to be taking that even higher perspective from before, and that will be a little bit of rest for you. Let's see. Feels like it's creating, the wizard is creating a little bit of animal there, and yeah, just try to see where you can feel a sense of time in a different way. I feel like compared to this, obviously very earthly, a lot of really just very real serious matters, and here is more metaphysical, more spiritual, and you're fading into the background. And I feel like really the universe is in tune with your progress, whether maybe you've taken a deep dive down into the deep waters, or continue ascending on the mountains, or just leading people straight for. Here is now a whole new height, and the universe does want to see you being both part of it and none of it. See yourself dissolve into the environment that you have been a part of. Now let's see for card 2. Okay, this reminds me of Demon Slayer. Your peaceful place is during the night. Something about the daytime, maybe the busyness of it, and maybe there's people or events pursuing you that make you feel like you have to take shelter and run away from what might be seen as desired by others, and you're just operating in the unconventional direction, and that's totally valid, because during nighttime, what have we got? It's the only time we can see the stars. It's the time that we encourage into our deep subconscious, connect with the deep unknown, the dreams. So first of all, know that if you're taking a different route from people, or from those that are close by and seem to be loving their life, and you wonder if you're wrong. We all have different stages in time where we're gonna take a different road, going to places where others are not interested in, and just seeking out knowledge and wisdom that is not, because we can't be everywhere, or can be in every place and all the time, like all at once. There's gonna be part of our journey that's gonna stand out differently from either our place, our people, or our time. And also see the shelter of this to me kind of look like dusk, where you're starting to need a lamp. The coziness of indoors seems very inviting, and it feels like, sometimes feel like other people have their act together and they have this nice home and everything's prepared, and a nice garden, just very welcoming. And if you are on the pilgrimage, it feels like you have nothing. It feels like, I'm the one who doesn't know where I'm going, but that's because you're handing it to the unknown. And again, you cannot compare this, because everyone has this journey at different times. So that's not really a reason you should look down on yourself. You, deep in your heart, you know that it is, yes, it's a risk, but the fulfillment is exploring for your own experience, and only your own experience can really lean to a very deep knowing, a firm foundation of your beliefs that's gonna later lead your action. And so yes, believe in the beauty and the mystery that you're chasing, and of course there's no right and wrong. You might feel like you'll have to excuse me, you have to leave a lot of things behind, and life is just right. Why are you taking this path of doing things differently? But the world is so vast that out there in the distance, it's kind of all the same, but we're so small that there are just so many different routes for us to take. And life is an adventure, and you'll be lucky to have the motivation, or to feel the calling to go on a journey, a pilgrimage, an adventure, because sometimes you'll be longing for that mindset to want to get up and go, and then you won't. And so even the desire to venture somewhere, that is a gift, and that is a guide. And don't worry if it doesn't feel like everything's moving right away. This feels apparently like either very different places, or two very different seasons. So be patient, and if the timing doesn't seem right, make plans for it, and make your dream big, and make all the right preparations. Collect information now if you need some time to be away, to take a break, and to recoup your thoughts. There is a transition, a preparation period that's available to you. In card 3, let's see what we have. Okay, it's time to take a break from the searching. You have traveled enough, and this might be particularly in kind of a soul searching journey, spiritual searching. Maybe it's developing all your spiritual practices, or discovering yourself, or trying on different hobbies. And at one point that has been very important, and a very important calling to you. That has been what's guiding you and keeping you alive. And at one point it might have become either a little overwhelming or too distracting, and it's kind of keeping you stranded on the water. So it's time to get back on the shore. There's so much information we can take in sort of the emotional or energetic level. What we experience can slowly settle, and it will take its time to reveal to us what that was all about. And that's something that we're not going to demand for immediate results, but more on the intellectual level, there could be a point where there is too much and we have to make sense of it. And so these could be happening at the same time. It's just here, like, there could be a full moon or something else that's signaling completion. There's an owl from the land on the tree that's calling for a little bit of introspection. And what this is saying is, if at any of this level, particularly mentally, information, just bits of knowledge to use, or emotion-wise, if it feels like it's been too much, then you really do want to stop giving in and being absorbed. It's time for you to take root and find yourself and remind yourself what is the home that you are giving yourself, because you really have encountered a lot, you have absorbed a lot, and it's time to let them grow and let them simmer a little bit without all the input and stimulations, I guess. So this is a call for you to feel what's maybe remember the beginning of your journey, what your heart was like. Take an inventory of if you have reached your desired status, your original desires, if you have reached there, or if your heart has changed, or if there's something that has been pulling you back. What was it? And let all the new things from your adventures, rearrange and form new relationships and a new story. Sit down and draw it out, write it out. It might form a new narrative that has not had time to reorganize. So yeah, I feel like either this is more of a much quieter stream, or it's time to let things and wash by. You have a place of inner peace and your identity that's calling for your attention. So there's no need to keep rushing or keep collecting anymore. Your heart will be very happy when it has your full attention. So that's your message.